So before Regional 2, we were pretty confident, I think. We expected to do pretty well.
We were hoping for another top 8 finish at least. At this point, we need a lot of points to catch up.
Move on to version 1 here and talk about that, because there's some talks about them finally finding, I think, their personality turtle on the field here.
Yeah.
You got 2 players from a previously powerhouse team of Cloud9 struggling to really find a third player that brings them back to those glory days. And I just want to ask the question, are they finally finding their footing and personality on the field?
With Comm, the new addition, these guys know how to play. They've figured out their play style. They brought NRG to Game 5. This regional, I think, solidifies if they're a solid team, and they've made it into the top 8 of North America.
I need to know everything, who and the what and the where, I need everything. Trust me, I hear what you're saying, but act like it's new what you're telling me. I'm curious, George, I hop in the Porsche, it's 5 and a horse, I'm ready for war, I'm coming for throats, to turn to a ghost, I need to know everything. I need to know everything, who and the what and the where, I need everything. Trust me, I hear what you're saying, but act like it's new what you're telling me. I'm curious, George, I hop in the Porsche, it's 5 and a horse, I'm ready for war, I'm coming for throats, to turn to a ghost, I need to know everything.
Our first matchup of the regional was against Charlotte Phoenix. We definitely weren't underestimating them, but we were pretty confident going into it because we did beat them in the last time we matched them in the grid.
For V1, this is another squad that's kind of also been on the up and up as well, right? You talk about Comm being added to the roster, and V1 have benefited greatly off of that.
Just kind of wanted to get into it. We were ready to go. I don't think there was too much thought process just going into anything like that. Just wanted to focus on the game.
It was the first matchup for us, so we were a little slow, but we definitely picked it up.
Oh, Shadow was trying to get that laterally out to Karma, but he put it out too flat. And look at this read off of Gimmick as Torment sets him up, and Gimmick gives version 1 the lead.
Ball will bounce off that corner. Torment tries again, but Gimmick, I think that clear just might do it. He'll follow that one up and kill it. Version 1 are going to put the series on match point. This team has really improved over, what we saw previously from them. And you're starting to see everybody excel in their roles and come together.
I think the Charlotte Phoenix series went really well. It pretty much went as how we planned. We got the 3-0 sweep, so honestly, no complaints there. It was a good start to the tournament. It gave us a lot of confidence.
So after beating Charlotte, moving on to G2, obviously they're a very good team, but I felt like stylistically, we knew how to play against them. We knew what they were weak against. We knew how to try to exploit that.
Everybody's been talking about version 1 being a little bit more, a little bit more interesting these days. A lot of hype around this team as they've continued to kind of step up and look a little bit more interesting. And G2 is absolutely a litmus test.
Starting off, we definitely played to our strong suits and caught them off guard.
JNAP's to midfield. Chicago's going to follow in as well. Chicago going to try to clear this one from the backboard and get it out. But that's a great 50 win from Gimmick. 9 seconds to go. Up to G2 to make a play. They will not win the 50 as we come back down with it. Chicago to Rizzo. Awkward touch that sends that to the corner. You're going to have to pinch this one out if you want to center. JNAP's on target. But it would have been saved either way. And F-Dot as version 1 take game 1. Well, version 1 feeling pretty confident after that game 1 win. They were able to read most of G2's offense.
Either way, version 1 miss a good-looking opportunity here. Perhaps they'll get another one. Gimmick to Torment all the way home.
We started the series with 2 wins, 2 pretty clean wins, to be honest. And then after that, they made some adjustments, and it was very clear that they were playing a lot better than the first 2 games.
The first 2 games, we were doing a really good job of controlling the ball, playing the game at our pace. And when G2's playing at their pace, they punish you a lot. Like, that's their thing. They pass so much. It's so hard to read their passes. If they're playing really well, they're gonna pass a lot.
If we were up 2-0, I was kind of I feel like they're probably gonna come out a bit stronger this next, because that's usually what happens. Teams usually don't just fall over and just good teams especially don't just fall over and let you 3-0 sweep. There was an extra drive there from them. They just started playing better for sure.
They have been unstoppable. They have not been contested. They have not been slowed down. Version 1 just needs someone to help them out.
What puts teams in that upper echelon? And whatever this X factor, this intangible that G2 are doing right now, that's what it is. So it's up to version 1 to kind of identify that and figure it out and try to reverse engineer it to see how they can apply that to their own play style.
Sure.
As G2 wins game 4.
I think after the first 2 matches, G2 just kind of got into more of a rhythm. Less whiffs. They were playing a lot more solidly together. And they made a whole lot less mistakes and put us under a lot more pressure in the last few games.
G2 in games 1 and 2, non-existent. G2 in games 3 and 4, existent. Version 1 have not responded with anything in the past 2 games, so there's nothing to talk about. G2 are just running away with the series. We've hit 50 seconds left here in game 5. Loser of this drops down to the losers bracket, as you would assume. And Chicago, how much do you got in the tank to commit? Don't get it away, though. And Comm has to play immaculate defense to stave off this G2 push. Rizzo down, but Gimmick with the save. Here comes Chicago.
J-Naps over here, setting up Chicago. Bad angle. Good one for J-Naps. 2 above 1 with 30 seconds to go.
2-1. G2 survive the reverse sweep for the moment, and with this kill, this will be it. G2 come back from down 2-0 F-Dot, and it looks like they're going to take the series, and they might just do it. With that, they will.
After the G2 series, we had a break, so we didn't actually have to play until the next day, which is very, very good, because like having to play instantly after a tough loss, especially getting reverse swept, could be pretty tough. So having that day off was really nice, and we basically just kind of said like, okay, we're still a good team. We lost to a really good team.
We weren't upset. We were just like we knew we got outplayed by G2. We were like, it is what it is. We could have won, but unfortunate.
I don't think we really said much after that series. It just kind of sucks, sometimes you get reverse swept, that happens. So I think we just kind of blocked it out, kind of cleared our minds, and just went on to the next day. Didn't think too much about it.
I think by then we knew we were playing SSG if we won the matchup against Sup. So we were like, wow, we're kind of unlucky if we win against Sup, right?
We started the day out, day 2, playing against Sup. We definitely were super focused on that, and I think we played well in that series. Another throw sweep to kind of get the confidence back before we, had to inevitably play Space.
Man, and then now version 1 up by 2 after getting the overtime in game 2, and now going into game 3, 1 away. We have back-to-back sweeps here. Here comes Comm. Does the flick to the far side. Oh my goodness. Flicks them into the ground, and that's version 1 with the lead. That one definitely worked out a little bit. And with 10 seconds left, a 3-goal lead. Version 1 gonna sweep Sup.
Yeah, going into the Space Station series, I actually think Gimmick said something. He was like, they're expected to beat us here. They're like top 3 in the standings at that point. So it was more the pressure was on them than to us to win the series. So we kind of just went out there. Honestly, didn't really feel that nervous. It was just kind of like go out there and just do our best.
The last series of the day, and Achieves, this one is going to be worth the wait. We've got version 1, a team that's been performing better and better and has been a lot of fun to watch. And they're going against Space Station, a team that we didn't expect to even be down here. So this one undoubtedly going to be a fun one. Riddles, happy to waste more time off the clock. We'll sail it back. Comm won't be able to do much with it. Space Station was all over version 1. We saw shots come out from both sides. Version 1 didn't make the most of their chances, whereas Space Station demoed their way into a few. That ball leaks through. Oh, Gimmick. Some savvy plays. Goes top shelf from coast to coast. Gimmick escorts that ball to the net. Version 1 bounced back in game 2 with a solid win. And Torment will break up the play. Comm has time. We'll hit it to the side. Ceiling pass, no. Slows it down. Comm gets the bump on Reynolds. Net's open. Torment cleans up. Version 1. So cool, so calm, so collected. If you're Space Station, you've got a problem. You've got a problem right now. On the brink of going out early again. Reynolds going upfield, trying to bump Comm. Arsenal goes for the flick. You saw Comm had to wiggle out of the way, and I think that did enough to get that space for Arsenal. Final 10 seconds. Torment pushes upfield. Gimmick going for the bump. Torment got the dunk. Leaves it for Gimmick. Almost dunked through on the goal line. Comm off the ceiling, and that will hit. Game over. Space Station going to be taking us to game 5.
I mean, we've been to game 5 against Space Station before. I wasn't. Again, I'm not one to get too anxious in the situations. Just kind of, I'm here to play the game. don't want to think too much about it in entire context of what's going on.
We're arriving at the end, and how does it wind down?
And this is where winners are crowned. Champions Field. You lose here, you're out of the tournament.
The king of defense in North America.
Oh, the pass!
Oh, man! Gimmick digging this one out all the way to the middle.
Wow. Oh, Reddles.
Ugly.
Can he beat Gimmick? Gimmick will tap it down. Arsenal, that one. Crossbar and in. Arsenal with a clutch play for Space Station. And now, Typical taking this up to the midfield. Space now. Torment, light first touch, goes low. Respawn from Arsenal. He'll take it to the side, and it's one last chance to end this game in regulation, and it hits golden goal overtime to take the series.
It had to be. Yeah, it had to be if it was these two guys. And
going into it, I was definitely the same mindset, you know, to like just play it's an unleague match. But I think by the end of the OT, I think we were just like boost starved, and they took advantage.
Who comes out on top today? Space Station fighting to stave off 2 early exits, and Version 1 reclaiming a title that used to be theirs, driving to the top.
Space Station, the double tap from Arsenal! Arsenal, the player of the series for Space Station Gaming.
100% put in clutch goal after clutch goal, catches the flip reset, and that is just enough to get by with the misread from Gimmick up on the backboard. And the answer to how does the roller coaster end? Screeching halt for Version 1.
At the end of the day, you know, if we lose this series and go out, then we basically got top 16 by losing to 2 of the top 4 teams in the region. And it wasn't too much to be disappointed about. So yeah, we kind of had like a fresh mindset, and I think we played super well that series. I think we definitely played well enough to win. And it went to Game 5 OT again, just like the last time we played them in regionals. And unfortunately, they ended up pulling it out there in the overtime. But honestly, super proud of how we played in general.
I think honestly this regional is just extremely unlucky. I think we played very well as a team, but it's very hard. Like, I mean, we swept the 2 matches that weren't against Big 4 teams. And then we went to Game 5 against G2, we went to Game 5 against Space Station.
The only way we can really get out of it is by winning those matchups, regardless of who it is. Or else we're just going to be stuck at this seed, constantly playing, constantly getting unlucky, and, you know, playing top teams. But yeah, that's one of these days we're gonna have to like really pop off and really start winning these matchups.
We're working our hardest to, you know, make it back, you know, in the standings. I think we're 16th overall, so we're working our best, and I think if we do well enough, we can end this split way higher. You know, at least have a chance to catch up to some of these top teams. We appreciate all the support.